We'll be practicing a Yin Asana this morning with a focus on self-compassion, being gentle, kind, loving, and compassionate with ourselves. So let's begin. Gently closing your eyes, bringing the awareness inward, being compassionately here with your own self, in mind, in body, emotions, spirit, always being fully present, loving, kind, and compassionate with yourself. And we're going to begin to breathe into the belly. That is a way to be compassionate to the self, because we bring the whole physical body into a relaxed response. Calm the nervous system. Sense of safety and grounding. Feeling the earth below, supporting your body, supporting this life. This is our spot on the planet for this time. For Yin Yoga, more restorative yoga, and slower and easier, yet very powerful. Sometimes more powerful than the Yang Asana. So taking a moment now to check in, scan your body, scan inside, noticing how the inner energies, the inner emotions. Do that now in silence. Become very present and compassionate with yourself by just noticing how you're doing, where you're at in your body, in your energy, in your emotions, and spiritually. And take this moment now to set an intention for yourself. Something that you'd like to create for you, for your life. Could be for this practice, could be for this day, could be for a year, could be for a lifetime. And setting that an intention in the positive and in the present moment, if you can. I have all that I wish for now. And describe that. And allow yourself to feel some of those emotions, that you'll feel that joy, that peace from having that intention. And gently and kindly opening up the eyes and coming back. Beautiful job. And let's do some pelvic rocks, just rocking around the pelvis. And noticing the sensations in the lower back, in the hips, in the body. If there's a little spot that feels good, you can massage that a little more. And we're taking this time to really be connected to the body in a loving and compassionate way, connected to ourselves. Let's go the other direction. bringing that sacred embodiment. The only way we can deepen that sacred embodiment, allowing that soul presence that we all are, that conscious awareness that we all are, to more fully integrate and embody into this physical body, is by practicing. You have to get out of the head and into the body. So we're going to, as we go through this practice, we're inviting you to stay into a state of being. And if you want, I notice your mind has gone off and it's worrying about something of the day or making a grocery list for later on today, just label that thinking. That's a certain type of energy, that's thought energy. And then drop yourself down to present moment awareness and just be here now compassionately with yourself. And do it in a very kind and compassionate way, like you would a little child that has wandered off and they're wandering into the street or down to the beach. You want to make sure to guide them back safely home and just kindly and gently bring yourself back home into presence, a state of being, noticing the sensations in your body. And that may happen a few times where your mind might wander off and start thinking stories or creating to-do lists. And then just notice, oh, I'm in my head, I'm into thinking. That's a different energy. And I'm wanting to stay in being in presence right now. Beautiful. Let's bring the left hand down to the earth and bring that right arm over. Feel a nice stretch in the side body. Just play with it a little, deepening, opening. Just enjoying a nice opening of that side body. And breathe. And moving over to the other side. Opening up that left side body. Breathing within a little bit. And we'll be inviting you from time to time to engage your bandhas. And our bandhas, and coming up, there's 3 of them. When we use all 3, we call it Mala Bandha. And some poses it's easier to use one than the other, but I invite you to try to engage all 3, the Mala Bandha, throughout the pose when I invite you. So our pelvic floor, we engage that and lift it up. That is the Mula Bandha. And then right at the navel, we're going to engage and move that up. That's the Uddiyana Bandha. And then the chin comes in just a little, and the tongue is resting on the roof of the mouth. I try to rest my tongue on the roof of the mouth the whole practice. And you can engage these bandhas throughout the whole practice if you like. They will seal and lock in all this prana and energy that we build. And so it's a good practice to do, to increase the benefits and intensify the benefits of the practice. Beautiful job. Let's do a few neck rolls, just dropping that chin down into the chest. Let's first just go side to side just a little bit. Keeping that breath flowing in the belly. And then making a couple full circles, gentle, always very gentle with the head and the neck. Keeping that breath flowing. And let's go the other direction. Beautiful. Coming back to center. And let's bring those feet together. Our Badakanasana, our butterfly. You can wrap those hands around the feet. You can open those feet up a little bit. Opening up a book. And let's just flap those butterfly wings by flapping those knees and legs. This just feels good. Allow that. It's a gentle hip opener. And slowing down and coming to a stop and Feel those legs and knees pressing down towards the earth as you feel the spine lengthen. Inhaling, lengthening, and then exhaling. You're going to fold forward. Find your edge here, and we're going to play the edge, so we're not going to force or strive and pull things, but we're also not going to be, couch potato. So we're finding that edge where we feel the tension, we feel a nice stretch, but it's not forced, and you don't move into pain. Any pain or any time at all, back off. If you're getting too tired, you can back off. If you have pain, always back off and move into a seated pose, or just back off from the pose. And let's take one more deep breath here. Maybe seeing if we can hinge a little deeper on this last breath. And inhaling all the way up. Beautiful job. Opening up those hips. Let's open up those legs, both legs. Let's move into a wide leg forward fold. So we're going to inhale as we lengthen. And exhale, hinging forward. And find your edge here. Maybe taking a nice deep breath on this edge. And then see if you can hinge a little bit deeper into the pose. Beautiful. And then allow your spine to round and your head to come in looking towards the earth in a nice wide leg forward fold. Keeping the breath flowing, see if you can engage those bandhas gently. And let's begin to walk those hands over to the left foot and leg. And if you can reach that foot, giving that foot a nice massage. Massaging that foot as the sacred body temple that it is. Feeling that love and compassion for yourself wherever you are in this pose. Just allow yourself to be there. Yoga is not about getting yourself into a pretzel. It's about being fully present with the body wherever you're at. If you're in a pose and you're fully present to the body, the sensations, to the moment, you're doing yoga. If you have someone next to you that might be in a pretzel and upside down, if their mind is racing and making to-do lists, then you're actually doing a little bit more yoga than they are. So understand that it's about being present to the body, to the mind, to the energy. Let's walk over to the other leg. You can reach that foot, giving it a nice massage. Lovingly, with deep compassion for yourself, for your body, knowing that you are always there for you. You are always there for you. And no one else can always be there. But you can always be there for you. And how powerful that is, that you are your best friend. You are the closest, most intimate awareness, consciousness that there is to your own self. So treating yourself with compassion, using a compassionate voice inside at all times with yourself. And coming back to center. And coming up. Beautiful job. We're going to come onto our backs. Let's go into a child's pose first. Let's go into a child's pose for a moment. Opening up the knees and just resting in a child's pose. Feeling the belly resting between the knees. Just take some time to maybe send yourself some positive, compassionate affirmations towards your own heart. Then let's come up out of child's pose. Let's hinge those hips forward into an up dog. Your arms are strong, thighs are resting on the floor. Feeling that nice back bend. And then moving back into child's pose. And flowing back and forth for a moment, finding your pace. In child's pose, you might feel a nice stretch on the lower back to bring those hips back. And then swooping into an up dog. We're bringing the spine into extension here. And then we bring it back into flexion. Another way to flex and extend the spine. It feels really good. Keeping the breath flowing. Got to keep that spine moving in different directions to keep it healthy and vital. And ending up back in your child's pose. And taking a few breaths here as we begin. Direct compassion and love towards our own self, our own heart. And some positive affirmations, acknowledgements towards ourselves. Especially acknowledge yourself that you're on the mat today. Beautiful. And coming up, and let's put those feet out in front of us. Scoot up so we're in the center of our mat, and let's just come down nice and slowly and gently. And let's bring those knees into the chest and rock ourselves back and forth. And as you do this, you can do this as compassionate, rocking yourself, comforting yourself, being that kindest voice, and then bringing the feet down to the mat. We're going to move into a little supported bridge. So if you have a cushion or a block, you can take that block or cushion and lift those hips up, and we're going to put it right underneath the sacrum. Right on that bony process right before the tailbone. And taking this moment, you can take those feet a little further apart and bring the knees together to rest. A little rotation in the hips, but it gives you a bit of a rest. Hands can rest beside you along your belly. And just taking this moment to relax into this pose, allowing that nice slight back bend to be supported without using effort. And breathing into the belly, basking in self-love and compassion. Being deeply with yourself for a few moments of silence while you breathe, connecting with your heart. A couple more breaths. Be gently moving that pelvis in. And on the next inhale, we're going to lift, press into the feet, lift the hips, and remove your prop. And let's bring those knees into the chest. And give ourselves a little rock. Let's keep that right knee in, and we're going to widen it out to the armpit, the right armpit. Bring the left leg straight out. Feel that left leg pressing into the earth as we pull gently the right leg into the armpit. Two lines of energy simultaneously in different directions. So just feel that for a couple breaths. Engaging those bandhas if you can. And breathe. Fully present to yourself and sensation. Beautiful. And we're going to go into a little twist. So let's bring that right foot on the earth. The right knee is still up. We're going to come up onto that left hip just an inch. Bring the right knee over to the left. Left hand is guiding the right knee over. And find your edge there. It feels good. Extend that right arm out 90 degrees and turn the head to gaze out over those right fingertips. And breathe. And engage those bandhas. Basking in love and compassion for the self. Knowing you're doing the best you can. Life isn't easy. Life is a challenge. And we can only ever do our best. And releasing that knee, coming back. We're going to switch legs. We're going to extend that right leg out straight. We're going to bring the left knee in. Open it up. And let's pull it gently towards the armpit, the left armpit. Right leg is pressing down towards the earth. So you're going to feel the two simultaneous lines of energy. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And then the sense of compassion and acknowledgement for your own self, wherever you are at. Beautiful, releasing that knee. We're going to bring that left foot, left knee up, come up onto that right side just a little, bringing the left knee over to the right hand on the left knee to guide it over and find your personal edge, honoring your edge in this beautiful twist. Turning the head to gaze out over the left fingertips. The left hand is out 90 degrees. And imagining the energy and the prana that's filling the spinal column, the cleansing of the internal energies as we wring them out, this beautiful twist position. And engage those bandhas gently and breathe. With great love and compassion for yourself. For embarking on this journey and doing your best. And releasing the leg and coming back. And let's bring both knees into the chest and rock back and forth. Beautiful. Let's drop the right leg down. And let's rest that left ankle on the right knee. And bring that right leg in towards the body. Wrap the hands behind the right hamstring and gently pulling that leg into the body. Feel that beautiful hip opening. Stretches the lower back on the left side as well. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Enjoying sensation, basking in the sensation with love and compassion. Wherever you are at in your body, acknowledge yourself. One more deep breath. And releasing that leg. We're going to switch legs. So we're going to have the left foot on the earth, left leg up. Rest the ankle of the right leg on that left knee. Bringing that left leg towards yourself, wrapping those hands behind the hamstring, and gently pulling that left leg in towards your body, feeling the hip opener on the right. And engage those bandhas and breathe, basking in sensation, in self-love and compassion. And gently engage those bandhas. One more nice deep breath. And releasing the leg. Beautiful job. And let's bring both knees into the chest. Rock back and forth as we release and relax that lower back. Then we're going to just bring those legs up. We're going to do a nice little yin inversion. I invite you, if you'd like, to flex and extend those feet. If you're feeling like going into half shoulder stand, that you can do that. We're just going to stay in nice yin inversion for a moment. If you want to go legs up the wall, you can do that. Breathing into the belly and feeling that sensation in the legs as the veins get a beautiful vacation. You don't need to pump the blood to the heart. It's just naturally coming down through gravity. And I invite you to open up the legs wide. You can bring the hands to the hamstrings and widen them a little more if you like. Just feel that nice opening. And let's bring them together for a moment for Badakanasana. Wrapping your hands around the outside of the feet. Soles of the feet are together as best as possible. And then tucking them in towards the body. So feel that nice pull. Hip opening on both sides and breathe. Feeling that compassion and love for your own heart, your own self. Let's keep that right foot in and let's let the left leg go out straight. Feel that nice stretch. You can move that left leg around. Feel different sensations in the leg. Keeping that breath flowing, those bandhas gently engaged. Just feeling those beautiful sensations. Let's bring the left leg in and take that right leg out. And again, feeling those beautiful sensations on the right leg. And you may notice there's a little difference between the right and the left. Gently engaging the bandhas and breathe into the belly. And taking both legs out again simultaneously. And rock a little bit. And we're in baby pose. So bending the knees so they're both aligned with the armpits. The soles of the feet are facing the sky. The hands are wrapped around the outer edges of the feet. And let's take the hands and gently pull those knees into the armpits as we feel a nice hip opener on both sides. This opens the hips in a little different way than our Badakanasana or Supta Badakanasana, Supine Butterfly. So just enjoying that hip opener in baby, breathing into the belly, engaging those bandhas. Finding your edge. Keeping those hips young and supple as we move them. And moving into happy baby as you rock around and kick the feet a little bit and just move spontaneously like the babies do, like you did when you were a baby. Just exploring your body and creating more and more embodiment. Just have fun with this Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Move around and kick and rock. Beautiful job. And let's bring those knees into the chest and hug and rock. Always releasing and relaxing that lower back. And then we're going to bring the feet down to the mat. The knees are up. We're going to move into our releases and Savasana. So taking this time now, we're going to take our hands on the hips. The hips are right here, both sides. And we're going to be swiveling. So we're not going to be lifting anything off the earth of the mat. We're just going to begin to drop a left hip down to the left heel, and the right hip is coming up towards the right armpit. The back is flat on the earth, and we're going to swivel the opposite direction. So we're going to start bringing that left hip down to the left heel, right hip up to the right armpit. Just a gentle swiveling back and forth from side to side. We're really helping that low back, that sacrum, lumbar spine. Use your body or lose your body. So we want to move the body. We'll be more embodied, more present, and more empowered inside our bodies. Moving with compassion, forgiving our own self for everything. Being the softest place to land for our own self, the most forgiving, the most kind and compassionate voice for our own self. Moving back to center, we're going to move into hip pointers. So my right hip and my right buttocks is rooted into the earth. I'm going to lift only one hip at a time, and I'm going to point that left hip towards the sky. So that left buttocks is going to come up just a little, and releasing down, and then lifting the right hip, relaxing that to rest in. And going side to side, one hip at a time, nice and slow, mindful. Engage those bandhas and breathe. And coming back to center. And we're going to move into cat-cow, flexion and extension in a supine position. So I'm going to move into my cat as I tuck the tailbone under and I press the small of my back, that lumbar spine, into the earth, into the mat. And then I'm going to move into my cow as I arch that spine up off the earth. Now the back may still be on the earth, or you may be able to bring your hands underneath. You might, but for sure that spine is arched up off the mat. Even if your back is resting on the mat, it's about the spine. And we're going to press the spine in, lumbar spine, and we're moving into flexion of the spine, and then we arch that spine up into our cow, and we're moving into extension of the spine. So moving back and forth at your own pace, engaging those bandhas and bringing in that prana with the breath. And coming back to center, and we're going to move into single knee drops. So we're going to keep those knees up. We're going to walk those feet a little further away from each other. Knees are staying up until we get over all the way over to the wide edges of the mat, wide enough for you to drop one knee at a time in towards the center. Dropping one knee at a time, feeling the sensations. And we're releasing the hips and the lower back. Finding your nice, gentle pace. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. Being fully present to yourself in sensation. Present and compassionate. And coming back to center, both knees up. Let's walk those feet back together. Let's drop those knees, both knees over to one side. You can either windshield wiper those knees from side to side for the spinal release. Or if you'd like to, bring the top knee up, bringing it all the way over, allowing the bottom knee to follow, just a little more gentle. And again, bringing the top leg up, bring it all the way over to the other side, and allowing the bottom to follow. Engaging the bandhas slightly, bringing in the prana and the breath, and moving with compassion for the self. And finishing up this last upper knee drop, and coming back to center. Let's do a final knees into the chest, rocking back and forth to release. Final release on that lower back. Extending those legs out. Bringing them a little further apart, the arms a little away from the body, palms up, feet flopping out. Just feel the whole body just relax. And invite all the muscles to release tension, knee holding, tightness. Just let it all go. So the muscles are relaxed. Feel the entire body relaxed. Feel the back of the body resting on the earth. And acknowledging that support. You're safe, you're being held and supported by the earth. And beginning to breathe into the belly. Inviting all systems and all aspects of your being to relax deeper and deeper. Letting everything go. Even feeling the brain and the central nervous system relax into silent stillness, pure awareness, opposite of thinking. And resting in silent stillness for a short bit, and I'll bring you back. taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Come back gently and kindly, acknowledging yourself. Continuing to breathe into the belly, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Stretching out the arms and the legs. And gently rolling over to one side. Taking a breath here. And gently coming up to a seated position. And take this moment now to check in with yourself, scanning the body again. Physical, energetic, the inner energies, the emotions, the spiritual. You notice some shifts from the beginning of practice. The breath in the belly. Deeply connecting with the inner being, the inner aliveness. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice and reaffirming it into your consciousness while feeling those beautiful emotions, bringing it to life, creating it in the mental plane, being an architect of mental dimension as you see this affirmation, this intention coming true in your mind's eye and feeling those emotions. Seeing yourself in this intention, smiling, happy. And releasing that intention to the universe with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And we'll conclude the practice with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. And when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for Ecstatic Yoga Yin practice. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.